Hey, before I get into this video, absolutely you have my permission to re-upload this video, as I'm told Naughty Dog is abusing the YouTube copyright system to remove any videos covering The Last of Us 2 leaks. I will go through multiple examples of it in this video, but I want to just let you know that I will fight any strikes, and I fully approve of you reposting my video. What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from The Quartering, and it looks like Naughty Dog is being a naughty dog. Now, I have a really important video following this one. I'm not sure if Nodos will send for it or not. I've just started publishing my videos during the day, but it's a very important video about a YouTube loophole that puts every creator at risk, and I show exactly why. Make sure you look out for that. Now, with this story, Naughty Dog appears to be totally not mad that their game leaked. If you don't know, well, The Last of Us 2 leaked online. Most of the story did, and ultimately, reaction was very negative. Not just from the company, which I totally understand why they would be mad. Like, legitimately, I completely understand being very angry about having your game leaked basically in its entirety. But here's the thing. If the story mode was actually good, I don't believe it would have negatively affected sales. In fact, it would have likely increased them, because if you're like me, you wait for those reviews before you consider buying any game. Most of us, thankfully, by the way, I understand that I'm very lucky to say this, but I have a decent backlog, and I know many of you have a decent backlog. I don't have to buy a game the minute it comes out. Final Fantasy VII, I still haven't even started it yet, and I'm very excited to, even though I know some things have been changed, but nonetheless, it's been out, what, almost a month or a couple weeks now. Still haven't even opened the game. So I could very easily wait for a game a month, 2 months, 3 months before picking it up. Plus, usually get rewarded by picking up a good deal on the game or getting it on sale. Nonetheless, the leaks were leaked. The plot was leaked and people hated it. On one side, you had a lot of the people that were expecting kind of woke culture stuff in it. And then you had the very people that they were pandering to with this woke culture, and they hated it. So essentially, everyone hated it. And then Neil Druckmann has gone on a complete meltdown, and Naughty Dog has started striking down my friends and anyone who are talking about this. So we're going to see what happens here. Here's Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers. I'm not doing anything until I talk to my lawyer about this morning. I showed no images. I gave no specifics about The Last of Us Part 2, yet my stream was taken down and I was issued a copyright strike on a clean channel. Take people that you think might be able to highlight the story, and you can see this video is no longer available due to a copyright claim by a third party. This is exactly why I invest so much money into our website to be rebuilt. I'm tired of walking on eggshells on YouTube. I'm pushing my team to get everything done ASAP. Thanks for the motivation, Naughty Dog. And people are taking me in, so I'm very happy to cover this and help out. And Geeks and Gamers does a good job here on YouTube. One might wonder where a lot of this story stuff came from. Well, it's interesting. Anita Sarkeesian has re-emerged from her cave to talk about how she totally didn't have any effect on this game. You can see Lyle here saying, why could anyone possibly think Sarkeesian had an influence on Neil Druckmann's work? You can see, beyond anecdotal and off-the-record stories about her videos being used at game studios, Sarkeesian confirms that Naughty Dog's Neil Druckmann and Arcane's Harvey Smith have spoken about insights they've gleaned from feminist frequency videos and used in their later games. In Arcane's case, Dishonored 1 was terrible to woman. Now, if you look at her original post here, she says, imagine if I actually had the power all these doofuses think I have. You can see, obviously, a quote here, and then further backing it here, information where Neil Druckmann himself said that Anita Sarkeesian influenced him. How about a video of Neil Druckmann? Here's a reply to him. Naughty Dog getting involved with a SJW like Anita Sarkeesian is the worst thing the game developer can do. It ruins the story because you have to shoehorn in stuff that they don't like. You brought this on yourselves, not only from that, but from Crunch too. And Crunch is obviously a very big part of why people seem totally fine with this game getting leaked. And now here's a 2-minute video. Neil Druckmann gives a speech.
And the first project we started kind of, moving forward on was called Mankind.
Mankind.
And the idea is very similar to what you've seen in The Last of Us, that the cordyceps has jumped from insects to people. And the people it infects, it can kind of create monsters or kill them. But the twist, the thing that was different about this idea was that it only infected women. And you found the one girl that it didn't infect, and that was Ellie. And you kind of protected her and tried to like bring her to this lab where they were kind of finding a cure. And there were a lot of things that we were really excited about this idea, but
why?
Ultimately it failed. And the reason it failed is because it was a misogynistic idea.
It failed because misogyny, not because bad game.
She's going to be kind of really attracted to and attached to as she grows up. And as a game creator, I look around at kind of what we are making and what are going to be her role models from the stories. And I don't like what I see.
Good.
More specifically, I'm talking about our female characters.
Did you hear about did you hear the groans in the crowd?
And whether we want to admit it or not, these are role models. And yet we sexualize, we objectify, we marginalize, and we reduce these female characters to a lot less than they can be.
Wow. I sure hope she sees this, Neil.
And this is coming from a guy that almost made a really misogynistic game. So I kind of know what I'm talking about.
No, there's absolutely nothing misogynistic about a virus that only affects women. It's just a plot point. Unless the plot was that they deserved it.
So once this thing failed and I had this awakening, almost exactly at the same time, this Kickstarter happened about the tropes versus women in video games.
What? 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 I thought Anita couldn't possibly have influenced The Last of Us.
And while you might argue with the way it delivers its message or whether every point is exact, you can't argue with just the pattern that you see in the industry. So I was really intrigued by this. The videos for the video games hadn't come out yet, but I watched the rest of Anita's videos, and I realized it's not just a problem in games, it's actually throughout entertainment.
Yes, that's correct. It's all evil, and you have to point it all out, Neil Druckmann. Now, Neil Druckmann is totally dealing very well with this. As you can see, he has now updated his Twitter bio to say he is an abuser of characters. Now, this is because of all of the pushback that he's gotten for, as many have said, destroying characters. You can see Neil saying he's heartbroken, but we can look at the we can look at the reply, and you can see bonding in the comics here. Please stop. I know that the constant barrage of people telling you how terrible you are likely has built up some kind of callous to it, but stop. Take a look at yourself, set your ego aside, and please ask yourself if you could have done a better job leading your team. And you can see reason revealed why disgruntled employee leaked. Reason revealed why disgruntled employee leaked The Last of Us 2. Everyone please read and repost. A source that works at Naughty Dog revealed recently why the leaks happened. The reason was indeed a pay dispute. That is not the whole story. Hundreds of furloughed staff had approached Naughty Dog to ask for an advance of post-release bonus they are contractually obliged to receive. A common industry practice is to underpay workers during production and promise them a huge bonus 6 months after the game's release. The better the game sells, the higher the bonus. We've seen this with Borderlands 3, for example. So some employees are hoping to use their bonus to weather the Koof storm and provide for their families. Naughty Dog flat out refused the request to advance them even a portion of their future bonus. The insider says that employee was told that his contract stated he would be paid out 6 months after the game released, or not at all. The employee was threatened with termination for making the request. The studio was worried more employees would demand their bonuses now if they gave this one employee their bonus early. To add insult to injury, senior staff, including Neil Druckmann, asked for and received their bonuses early. If that's true, wow. The leaks were a way forcing the studio to release the game sooner than later. The leaker is risking their career and financial ruin so that fellow abused workers can get their piece of the pie a lot sooner. Wow. Wow. But that didn't stop angry Neil Druckmann from taking to his Instagram and posting this, using a Kurt Cobain quote, of course, because he's just like Kurt Cobain. At this point, I have a request from our fans. If you in any way hate certain groups of people of different color or women, please do this one favor and leave us the F alone. Don't come to our shows and don't buy our records. Is this the if you don't like it, don't buy it? I don't think that worked very good for Battlefield, which, by the way, just wrapped up production early because sales were so terrible. Are you kidding me, Neil Druckmann? Did you really just insinuate that if you don't like the story, then you must have a problem with gay folks? If you don't like, this is almost worse. This is not just if you don't like it, you don't buy it. It's like if you don't like it, you're phobic or you're an evil person. And you can see Naughty Dog and Sony attempt to quash The Last of Us leaks and silence anyone discussing them. This is via Bounding into Comics. YouTuber Ryan Cannell reports his YouTube channel received a copyright strike takedown, had removed his video talking about Anita Sarkeesian and Neil Druckmann's connection. He adds, I could not believe that the video showing an image that is out there everywhere. Anywhere you can find this image right now on the internet. There are people making memes about it. About this ma'am sitting there with a golf club after what she had done to a beloved character. For showing the image and talking about these leaks, I got a copyright strike. Cannell also details that a second video was removed on the Gaming with Geeks and Gamers channel. He explains not only did this video get removed there, but it got over here on Gaming with Geeks and Gamers, both videos I made. Cannell notes that he didn't show any videos. All I did was show a couple of still images that are literally being used by memes every second on Twitter. Sony and Naughty Dog. Are you joking? Cannell is not alone in reporting that his YouTube video has been taken down. YouTuber Mr. H reports that his video covering The Last of Us 2 leaks was also struck. Now, copyright strikes are a big deal because they can really affect a channel and your ability to upload videos ever. You have an option. You can counter that strike, or you can delete the video. Now, if you counter that strike and they counter back and they hold up their strike, you can't upload for a week. It's ridiculous. These companies are running amok. And by the way, if you want to re-upload this video and monetize it anywhere you want, you have my blessing. Naughty Dog, this is a great meltdown. I'm glad to be able to report on it. Hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.